What's up, guys? Let me just put this in here. It's a shout out to Melissa for the Q&A she submitted, or question rather she submitted, and my apologies because I didn't get to get to it until basically I think yesterday. It's just that silly thing that happens with with Instagram and Facebook, where they kind of put you off onto this side inbox because we're not connected yet, whatever. But hey, welcome to my afternoon spot. This is my afternoon office for just this time, kind of my break for the moment, to chat with you guys. So let's talk. Her question was, what makes a good CV? What makes a good resume, or rather cover letter? Is it even necessary? And perhaps more importantly, how do you network, or how do you reach out to clinics to demonstrate that your intent is there to work with them, or at least very least get connected and start a discussion? And CVs and cover letters are still very much alive. Everywhere I go that I speak about career development, that kind of stuff, I chat about how if you just form it in the way that we're already trained to form our ideas, the SOAP note as clinicians, everything makes sense. Consider the cover letter your subjective. It is your subjective sell of who you are, why people should consider you for a position or for an opportunity. The objective is your resume. It's your minimal qualifiers that you fit the position. And the A is really the curriculum vitae, the CV. That's the assessment on your objective, kind of your personal take and time to brag about everything possible, all the possible ways that you can positively interpret your own work history and your education, your training, and all your accomplishments and achievements, to be able to do that in a slightly braggy way without bragging too much. And I think though the more important one is really the cover letter, because most places will allow you to upload a cover letter, because everything goes back to that whole portal now. Everything is a application portal. They just kind of search. They do like an internal SEO, but of your of your application packet. So everything gets kind of filed into this search, and you get ranked. Out of X amount, out of 100, out of 200, out of 1,000, who knows? And so it's important for you to be able to take advantage of those systems and rank highly on those returns, but also you have to be able to write something that connects on a human level, right? The yes comes from that emotional part of the brain, the hippocampal area, temporal lobe, and that kind of stuff happens because people connect with you on a relational level, on an emotional level. That's why they say yes to you. They'll say no for objective reasons. It's your job to block those no's, but more importantly, to enable off-ramps for them to say yes to you, and not to necessarily get them to say yes to you, rather get them to say no to the no. Like you want to get them to say no. I don't want to let this person go. I want to know more about them. I don't want to put them in the reject pile. I want to put them in my call pile. So those are kind of the psychological things that you can. Check this out. Didn't expect to see that in the middle of the broadcast, but those are the things that, at least for me, as a former, corporate guy and now in private practice, that's what would, reach out to me, is if I saw a cover letter that really showed the person's personality, and I go, no, I don't want to put this down quite yet. Then I'll make the call and say, hey, look, let's talk a little further. So elements that make that resume, I keep saying resume, it's in my head. The cover letter good, again, are emotional, subjective reasons that really show you, not how much of a go-getter you are or your track record. Talk about who you actually are. Let them get to know you. And then in terms of the curriculum vitae, it really has to do with how you interpret your objectives. So like one of the things I used to write on my CV was that I got nominated twice 2 years in a row for Best in San Diego for alternative exercise studio, and I was up against CrossFit, Jazzercise, 24-hour fitness, and to be able to rank with those guys without having barely even a fraction of their volume of people to vote for it, to me was a big deal, and I think it is a big deal, just objectively. But I was able to spin my own personal assessment on that, saying, hey, look, if I can do that with minimal amount of resources out of a hospital operation to do it as mainstream, health fitness market, and I can get that far, then imagine what would happen if you gave me resources for an entire service line or entire product line. That would be a good line or segment in your CV. And then networking early, just reach out on LinkedIn, on social media, on email, through the phone, just talk to the front desk and leave a message. Probably don't want to blitz them at lunch hour, but I can't tell you how impressive it is when a student or new grad or anybody, I mean, this is not career ageism. This is just real. This is, hey, look, as a colleague, you are taking your time to directly reach out to me and say, hey, I'm interested in getting to know you and getting to work with you, perhaps if we're a good fit, and I want to be part of that discussion to see if we are a good fit, because I'm not a normal 9-to-5 person. I want to help you build your brand because I want to build my brand too, and I want to create these mutually beneficial situations. If you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work for you like nobody else ever has. And those letter of intents or calls of intent or anything of that nature are super powerful. It's almost like an inside track to the application process. So anyway, those are my thoughts on what makes good cover letters and CVs. And in terms of reaching out, just reach out with interest. There's too many people that blindly apply through multiple application portals where it shoots to every possible recruiting website, and then that becomes like all bunch of emails and phone calls you don't really need or want. But to be precise and intentional and to be deliberate, that is very powerful. That is very valuable, and it tells people kind of the character behind your actions. And I think sometimes that's more important. You heard the saying, people don't bet on the horse, they bet on the jockey. And you need to show your personality and the uniqueness of you in that entire situation. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again, Melissa, for the question. And you guys have anything else, please let me know. Just message me and I will be a little bit more diligent and aware and mindful about the fact that I get messages thrown into that hidden approval required messaging inbox for Instagram and Facebook. That's just silly. Snapchat doesn't have that. It just comes straight through. Regular text messages don't have, I don't know. Pet peeve. I'm very much into direct contact platforms. I just don't like this several tiered thing because it takes the authenticity, the organicness out of it. All right, anyhow, dropped another blog, by the way, if you're interested. It's the future of digital media. It's on updocmedia.com/blog. Tomorrow, I'll be sharing it publicly, but I've already posted it live. So just for you guys that are seeing this, the never settle mindset, there's some math behind it, some very legitimate math, also supported by classical articles like with Forbes. And I say classical because it's 2013 or 14, which in business world is pretty classical. And it's pretty striking how much opportunity loss there is, even just in 2 or 3 years of employment without being cultivated and curated and empowered to really grow into an organization or to grow into yourself. All right, guys, talk soon, and thanks again for the questions.